Every Englishman, Scotsman, Irishman, and Welshman has a responsibility, and today we're going to have a look at what that is. All right, welcome back, guys. I'm going to show you something now that is going to be becoming more mainstream as the years go on. We know back in the census of 2021 that it said that we had 4 million Muslims in the country, 6.5% of the population. You can only imagine now what that figure is. Let's take a look at them. What happened on an airplane from Luton to Glasgow. Terror probe is man arrested after shouting Allahu Akbar and death to Trump on flight from Luton to Glasgow. I mean, Scottish police said videos circulating online are being assessed. I'm going to show you one of those videos right now. Just before we do, oh, by the way, at the very top, Ground News, they sponsored this channel. You can check your biases. We kind of really have to check our biases, guys. It's not acceptable to be just reading one element of mainstream media. A man has been arrested over disturbance on board an EasyJet flight. Let's have a look at this straight away. Jump straight into this news story right now. We'll come back and have a look at this. And I want to talk to you about a kind of plan I've got. See if it's a good idea or not.
The plane is going to bomb the plane. Dead to America, dead to Trump. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
Oh my God.
Sit down. Don't move.
I'm just pausing this here as well, guys, at the end of the film. Look at this woman's face here. Look how shocked she is. Go right to the very beginning. Look, the same woman again. There are people that literally come out in shock. They don't know how to handle these kind of events. And if you're not trained for them, it becomes very difficult. There are many ways people can train for these events, guys, and you know what they are. Whether you do jiu-jitsu, whether you put yourself in difficult situations, maybe you go to bars and clubs or something, whether you have conversations with your friends about just how you would handle something like this. But the people on this airplane did a magnificent job. But from the moment this man gets up and starts looking hostile, you need to be confronting this. You need to be showing people like this that there is a threat to them. Now, if they start shouting like this, they've got to be taken down. No two ways about it. And it needs to be very quick, and it needs to be very violent. It needs to be overwhelming use of force. Now, I'm not lecturing you on this, and there'll be police officers in the comments down here absolutely right to be telling you what to do. They've got more of an authority than I ever do, but you cannot delay. That's the whole point. If you can come at multiple angles, especially on trains and things like that, then that's actually better, because you can't see people that are behind you, all right? That's whenever I used to get into fights with more than one person, I used to try and line them up so I can deal with one at a time. If they start splitting on you like this, then you've got these two threats. It's very hard, especially when they come around to your peripheral. You cannot do it. You've got to keep backing up, and eventually you hit a wall, of course, then you're in a world of pain, aren't you? Didn't really hit legacy media. We just shown that it is in a news article from Sky. It wasn't really on the mainstream news in the evening, and this is the problem. This is happening. We're just not really getting to hear about it. And it just says down the bottom here that the flight itself from Luton to Glasgow was met by police on arrival at Glasgow. They boarded the aircraft and they removed a passenger due to their behaviour on board. Now, my argument, and it's quite a shallow one really, is as Englishmen, Scotsmen, Welshmen and people from Ireland, we have a responsibility under the nation of the United Kingdom to protect our women and our children. And of course, you know, younger members such as our male, you know, our boys, this kind of stuff, you know what I mean? People that can't fight for themselves. And the people that have to do that are guys like me. I'm kind of time expired, aren't I? I'm over 50 now. I should be the guy that's put myself first and foremost up there on these airplanes. If he's got a knife, he's going to run through me. I'll have my life. I'm willing to sacrifice myself for that. You know how it is, guys. We've got to go at some time, haven't we? But we've got to be able to do something. That is the important issue. Let's look at a man on a train then that does exactly that. All right, we're going to look at some bouncers protecting a venue right now. I'll try and turn the volume down a little bit here.
Hey, sir.
Let me go. Let me go. Wait.
This is a young man shouting his mouth off, meeting someone who's actually dealt with violence before. This guy here, you know, you just got to be careful what you step to when you step to men that don't have much to lose, such as these older guys right there. And these are policemen out there going, all right, self-defense, happy days, you know what I mean? It happens, no worries. But who is going to enforce the standards if it's not you and me? That's what I'm talking about. That's when I walk to Tesco's, Co-op, anything like that, I'm picking up litter on the streets. I saw a woman, an elderly woman, like down on some grass verges picking up litter earlier as well.
Just look
I mean,
at
this is not
by the
acceptable,
bins.
guys, in British parks.
It's
Look at this. This is
absolutely dire.
ridiculous. This is
Nappies,
the
just look at
UK.
this.
People
What are the
sitting around in
mothers who are
trash.
doing
I don't want to
this?
sit
Do
around
you
in
have no
trash. We've
shame?
got a different demographic now,
Look at
unfortunately, in the country. They're happy to sit around at this, but we're not. You accept the standards you walk by. So if you are living in a dirty, grubby, litter-strewn area, you can expect that to be the case. When people see litter, they throw litter. It's just what it is, all right? So get out there, just get a bin bag and say to yourself, every Friday morning I'm going to do a loop. Maybe it's one way for 3 minutes and then the other way for 3 minutes, and it takes 6 minutes out of your day or something. I don't know. But just pick up the litter you see, buy some gloves or whatever, get one of those pickup sticks and just try and keep your area clean. Now, I'm going to leave you with this one point here. You know, I'm not a fan of Islam, especially in the West. I'm happy if you want to be in the East, I'll go and visit it. Happy days, you know what I mean? But Islam has no place in the West. And what Nick Buckley says here is, in a response to Zoe Williams in The Guardian, Islamophobia isn't just socially acceptable in the UK now, it's flourishing. How did this happen? Well, shock, horror, you know what I mean? Most people believe Muslim values are incompatible with British ones. I'll be that guy. Can you see my hand here? I'm saying exactly that, by the way. A new poll has found it makes for bleak reading. Over 50% said that, of course. Now, what Nick here says is because Muslims started to kill us all with bombs and knives, at the same time, they raped hundreds of thousands of children. Not just female children. They raped a lot, well, Pakistani Muslims and the grooming gangs in the UK, of course. Not all Pakistani Muslims, you understand that. But there were young boys involved. No one speaks about this. No one speaks about the vulnerability of young men. But that's exactly what happened, by the way. Not only did they rape the girls, they raped the boys as well. Have a think about that for a second. I'll let you have a second. Right. To tackle Islamophobia, which is a made-up word, by the way, I don't even recognize that as a word. The Muslims need to be better citizens, and decent Muslims need to start calling out bad behavior in their community. And that is all I'm saying. If you want to be part of the UK, then you better be there for the UK. Your standards better be high. And if they're not, I'm coming for you. I'm not the only person, by the way. Now, one thing I do want to suggest we do. Tell me whether this is a good idea or not. I'm just going to put a few things on the screen here. And the thing I'm thinking of doing, guys, is getting real patriots in the UK to start warning the government that if this continues, of course, and the abuses against our citizens, especially our women and children, carries on. And what I'm thinking here is that we start wearing clothing that is quite popular in countries where they allowed firearms. Now, this may well serve as a warning to the British government that people like me and you are not going to tolerate anymore the fact that they want to open our borders. This is Smith & Wesson, of course, a firearm manufacturer in the States. We've got Glock up here. We've got Sig Sauer here, of course, making clothing, and they make fine weaponry as well. Maybe just skip the P320 at the moment because, you know what I mean, that thing seems to want to shoot its owners. But if we were to get some of these clothing, you can board aircraft with this. It's not illegal. You can wear it wherever you want. It's just the manufacturer's branding. And if there are any people in the States that want to send me some of this, you want to see, you know, me wearing a Glock top or something on here and promoting these brands in the UK, then by all means, tim@fastjetperformance.com. Write to me. I will send you a PO box address where you can send something from anywhere where you're allowed these kind of firearms, and I will wear it on the show here. And I'm going to try and get people to wear these tops in the UK. Whenever you're on the street, you see someone with a gun manufacturer t-shirt on, you know that guy is a patriot. You know what I mean? You know that's a guy that can you can stand with that guy. Imagine if on that aircraft there, that guy who wanted to shout that is walking on, all he sees is Glock, Sig Sauer, Smith & Wesson. You know what I'm saying? That guy maybe think twice. He knows he's surrounded by people that are willing to stand up and be counted. And guys, I'm going to leave it here, but look, here is an immigrant in one of our hotels, of course, and you can see what he's doing here. This is, you got to be ready for it. It's coming. Hit the gym, tell your wife you love her, all right, and make sure that you've made your peace with God. Tim Davies, Fast Jet Performance.